Thought. We are going to be reviewing these soaps in the very first soap review episode of Food for Thought. So, anyhow, I'm going to toss out the director cap to my director who's going to be helping me with some commentary during this very special episode. So, do we have some soap fans?
I may comment when you're not listening.
Oh, okay. That could be dangerous, but we'll run with it. First soap we're going to talk about is Young and Restless. Now, I don't by any means think this is the best soap, because if I said it was the best soap, then people that liked, say, Days of Our Lives at General Hospital better would get pissed off at me. So we're not going to say this is the best soap. This is just the soap opera that actually starts first Monday through Friday. It's on the earliest, at least here in the central area of the United States where I live. So, anyhow, during this year, we saw an affair between Billy and Phyllis. During this affair, Phyllis decided ultimately that she wanted to be married to Jack. But Jack decided that he could not forgive her. So Jack's acting more like Marco. Do you all agree that he's acting more like Marco, the man that helped put all of this into motion, than he is in acting like Jack? What about Victor Newman? Do you think he's acting more like Victor Newman than Jack Abbott right now? Hey, director, do you like Victor Newman?
As opposed to not liking Victor Newman?
Well, you seem to like the older gentlemen on the soaps. You seem to like the
ones with opinions and class and style, and the ones that speak their mind and aren't afraid to.
Speaking of Victor Newman, he is acting like a man with a heart and soul lately. What is up with that? Why all of a sudden are we seeing a kinder, gentler Victor Newman? What are they trying to do? I thought maybe they were going to do like one of those Ghost of Christmas Past episodes during Christmas when they had him acting all sweet and kind, but they didn't go there. But yet we're still seeing a kinder, gentler Victor. He let the Abbott Winters Foundation use Top of the Tower. That's his restaurant, as we all know, at the top of his big office building for their first annual gala fundraiser. There was a price attached to that, though, and the price was that that Jack Abbott would let Brash and Sassy remain in the Abbott building. Jack caved, and Brash and Sassy stays put for now. When I say for now, we know that that's probably not going to be throughout this whole year. I'd be very surprised if Brash and Sassy doesn't go out and get new offices. Let's talk about those offices for a minute. What is it? It's like one room. They claim it's the whole floor, but all we ever see is like one room. Why are 3 executives of this major perfume company sharing an office, a little dinky office where nobody even has a real desk? I find that quite bizarre. Anyhow, after pushing Phyllis away for months, Phyllis has let go and moved on, and now Jack is looking to be having second thoughts on all of that. Did everybody notice when Phyllis basically quit on, I guess it was New Year's Eve, she quit officially, Jabot, and Jack was like all forlorn, with his long face as Phyllis was walking away in her cute little white dress. Phyllis will be working with Lauren and building up Fenmore's online presence. She will butt heads with Jack in the future, as she knows he is planning a takeover of Fenmore's. And he's planning on doing this while Fenmore's is struggling, which is like a Victor Newman move. So that's why this is all like everybody's kind of acting like everybody else right now on the soap. Victor, again, like I said before, he's acting like a kinder and gentler man with a soul, but he and Chelsea are also keeping the truth about Christian's father from Nick. Now, Nick thinks he's his kid's father, but we all know that Adam is actually Christian's father. So while they took that little boy away from a man that loved him, and I'm talking about Dylan, because Dylan did love him, and let's face it, Dylan had as much right to that child as Nick does. Their justification is because Adam asked his brother Nick to look after Connor when he was in prison. Adam also seemed to be okay with having Sage and Nick raise Christian, as he didn't want to rock everybody's world telling the truth. We all know that the truth always comes out, and the truth is that Connor and Christian are brothers. Christian is not Faith's brother. Christian is Faith's cousin. So how is she going to feel when she finds out that this little guy isn't her brother? That child's already having emotional problems. Anyhow, how can Chelsea feel that it's okay for her son to know his brother is a cousin? That's a little weird, and her going along with that is a little weird too. Chelsea's running around town acting like a virtual truth and good and is hiding this huge secret. How about Chloe running around pretending that Bella's father is just someone that doesn't really care about her? She was trying to help Sharon when in fact she is hiding Billy's daughter from him in plain sight. That is downright cruel. Devon and Hillary's marriage should be over. That is, if Devon survives the 120 mile per hour car crash we know he was in on New Year's Eve. Here is a prediction. Hillary will most likely have an affair with Jack. Mariah will have an affair with Devon, and Neil will continue to heal, help his son heal, and look after the foundation. There will be lots of trouble between Jack and Neil if Jack ends up in bed with Neil's daughter-in-law, although Neil knows how seductive Hillary can be. Dylan is leaving for an undercover case. He may go so deep for so long that we may not see his character for a year or more. That will give the writers a chance to either recast the role or give Steve Burton a nice break while he works on his restaurant in Franklin, Tennessee, and his new endeavor with fellow former cast member of GH on Hollywood Schooled. The thing Y&R should do is have Sharon discover she is pregnant shortly after Dylan leaves. Okay, that's all. That's kind of my wrap up on Young and the Restless. I want to talk briefly about Bold and Beautiful. It's only half an hour soap. There's always been sexual tension between Ridge and Quinn. Ridge is going to fool around and fall in love with Quinn. That is going to happen. That's a given. With that, he will break Logan's heart and send her back into Dollar Bill's arms. Katie will end up tending to Eric's broken heart, but will that broken heart kill him? Steffi will continue to bounce between Liam and Wyatt. When are the writers going to get it that the viewers are sick of them? I don't even watch them anymore. I fast forward through all their scenes. Are there other characters in that show? Not sure. We don't really get to see them. Everyone else is back burner. So now we're going to move on to General Hospital. General Hospital has kept the viewers on the edge of their seats with the Nell and Carly storyline for over 6 months already. Time to wrap that up, GH. We all know that Nell is Carly's daughter. It is time for Carly to find out. No, Nell did not have sex with Sonny. She just made him and everybody else think so. Maxie and Nathan, boring. They are so boring. Valentine and Nina, they're pretty interesting. Lulu and Dante, I'm just not sure about these two anymore. They are kind of played out. They are trying to hype things up by making Charlotte Lulu's daughter, but it feels like it's falling short. Laura and Kevin, cute. Alexis and Julian, heartbreaking. Let them be together. Her drinking is more about losing Julian than it is about losing her law license. Todd and Elizabeth, love her or hate them, love her or hate them. They make a cute couple. Sam and Jason, I hate to say it, but they're pretty boring. Just not feeling it. And for crying out loud, reveal the sex of that baby. Like, why not? Michael and Nell, brother and sister. Kiki and Dylan, adorable. Carly and Sonny, old worn-out news or timeless. You decide. Now we're into Days of Our Lives. Should Chad take Abby back? Would the viewers rather see him with Gabby? Why is Gabby acting jealous finding out that it was JJ's partner that he had sex with? That makes no sense. Interesting storylines. The cancer love triangle between Adrian, Lucas, and Justin. That's pretty interesting. Also, Kate's support of Adrian is very interesting and nice to watch. Most people, Kate can be really hard to swallow. You either love her or hate her. But her supporting Adrian during this cancer battle is really, really sensitive and endearing. Rafe and Hope. Oh, my God. Super boring. Get her out of jail already. We all know she's coming out. Was Days planning on bringing back Joe Muscolo prior to his death? Did he do a few last scenes before his death? So, director, let's talk a little bit about Stefano. Again, you like these old men who aren't afraid to say what they feel. And how did you feel when I told you that Joe Muscolo passed away, that the actor that played Stefano died in real life?
You want an honest opinion?
Yeah.
I think he made the soap. I'm sorry, but it was built around him, and in my personal opinion, would be the reason I would watch the soap.
So you don't really think that Victor Kiriakis, the other really old guy on the soap, was important on Days of Our Lives?
Not as much as Stefano. No, I don't think he can carry it himself. You know, actors on soaps are a lot like singers in music. You know, it takes years to learn your craft. It takes years to learn how to deliver lines like they need to be delivered. And I just don't think the youngsters that are on the soaps these days have enough history behind them to know what they're doing.
And they don't have any stay power.
Yeah.
Well, and and I think that is a question. Were they planning on bringing him back? Now, we now know that he had Alzheimer's, and I understand that a lot of times it took, when he was in scenes, it took them a lot of takes to get anything down on tape because he would forget his lines. So, is it possible? Are we just going to see him in flashbacks? Are they going to use lookalikes? We don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Okay, let's not have to wait a whole year for Nicole to find out that Holly is her daughter. I mean, that's just crazy. And let's also ponder, why is Chloe's mother hating on Deimos so much? All Deimos ever did to Chloe was have sex with her. He never promised her anything, so why so much hate? Joey and Jade is an interesting storyline. It would be great if they could build on that. It would also be wonderful if they gave Anne a real storyline and made Rory her son, that she was forced to give up for adoption when she was a teen. It looks like Sonny and Paul are finally going to get together. That has been a long time in coming. No news yet if Days has been renewed for another year. We should know soon. Well, people, that's a wrap. Happy New Year from Food for Thought, and we look forward to seeing you in 2017. Thank you, Director, for your input.
Sure, no problem. Glad I could be of assistance.
Bye-bye. See you soon.
Animal Track Studio.